Hi, welcome to 2025. My name is Joanna, and I'm back on YouTube, at least for some time. This year, I did something different. I actually sat down and took a look at my goals and intentions for 2024, last year. And I gave myself space to do this without judgment, and I learned something from it. So, would I be telling the truth if I said that I am not the kind of person that has this one goal and goes after this one goal with blinders on and reaches the goal no matter what? In fact, in the past, I was that person. But there was always something missing there. And right now, I will work on this for 2 weeks. And then I cannot stand it, even though I'm passionate about it. And then I absolutely have to go to another project. And then another project. And then suddenly I feel this reignited passion for the first project. So I'm back to it. I tried to fight it, and I can't. I simply had to accept that my brain works this way. The disadvantage of working like this is that things are taking you longer. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. But in this video, I also want to share with you a strategy that allows me to create things faster. So, if you have not reviewed your last year's goals and intentions and you are open to doing it, just open your journal from the last year and you may want to do columns. One column is what was the goal? The second column, was it done? Another, was it not done? And another column, was it done partially? And then the next column answers this question: why didn't you make it happen? What were the obstacles? What got in the way? Why do you think you did not reach that goal? And the last column is, why did you make it happen? When you look at the goals that you reached, the things that you created, why did you make it happen? What was your strategy, your mindset? What was your guiding mantra, thought, and idea? So once you have it on a piece of paper, let's take a look at it. Now, I'm going to share with you a few of my goals so you will know how I did that. So in the past, I would do this. This is what doesn't work. I would just glance at my last year goals. I would totally dismiss what I accomplished because it was easy. So what's the big deal? And I would be upset with myself. I would see myself as a failure because I did not reach some of those goals. Even when I looked at the partially reached goals, I would be unhappy. So, what was different this year, I really took the time. Now, in the past, if I worked with a coach around that time of the year, they would make me stop and acknowledge myself and celebrate my wins. To me, it was so cringy that I would just celebrate just to please the coach. And can we be done with it already? Because I cannot take it. I know better that I didn't do what I wanted to do. So obviously, this had negative impact on my self-image, how I see myself. Now, this year, I did it alone, and it was positive. Now, I will tell you there's one thing, there's a lens through which you could see yourself. If you are looking at yourself with judgment, then it will not work because your perception of yourself will be tinted by judgment and you will not see yourself with clarity. When you suspend your self judgment, which is possible, and you look at yourself from a perspective of friendly curiosity or just neutral curiosity, your vision will be much clearer. And this is where you will discover the lessons that are so valuable. We can look at our goals as external goals and internal goals. The external goals is something that people outside of us will see that we reached it. But there are also internal goals. For example, you wanted to change your reactive nature and you wanted to be more grounded within yourself, or maybe you wanted to become more confident at your job and you were able to accomplish that. Now, there might be certain signs on the outside. People may notice a shift in your energy. Those are very, very important goals. Or imagine a goal of not letting yourself react with anger. You learn what to do with anger, but you no longer react to it. The consequence of that is that people around you feel safer and you create more positive environment because you learned how to manage your mind and your emotions. What I'm going to share with you right now are external goals. So these are just a few examples of my goals from last year. Number one, create 33 paintings. I reached that goal partially. If I created 33 pieces of art, those were colored pencils, but I created only several oil paintings. And then I covered most of them back with white paint because they were not good enough. So I could see this partially reached goal as a failure. However, I decided to see it as success. Here's why. I didn't create any oil paintings in the past 15, 20 years. So that would be a big change, right? 33 paintings out of the sudden, this is like a full-time job. What was a success is that I recommitted to art. I have been thinking about it for a long time, but I didn't do anything except pencils on paper. And the fact that I actually bought new paints and I set up my studio outside and I put hours and I committed myself to doing the sketches, the planning. I put hours and hours into painting. This is a success for me. Creating just few paintings is better than not doing anything at all and just sitting and wishing and just talking about it, but never really taking action. You may also say that I did not reach this goal because it was unreasonable. So it wasn't a reasonable goal. However, this goal excited me. If I decided to paint just 3 paintings a year, I would say that doesn't even create any drive within me. So I needed to create the drive. I needed to set the goal large so I could feel the energy of excitement and maybe deal with some disappointment along the way. But that was better than just setting a goal of painting 3 paintings or 8 paintings. That taught me that I want to set goals that are unreasonable. I want to set goals that I cannot reach within a year, because this way I have something that drives me. Besides, this 1 year structure is just it's arbitrary because we know that we will reach some goals within 3 months and some within 5 years or more. The truth is that we don't want to set 3 year goals because we are impatient and we don't want to wait for that reward. So we set goals that are 1 year goals, and then we think we failed. Therefore, maybe we should give up on it. While we needed the year to prepare, we needed preparation, we needed to work on our mindset, we needed to gather things together. Sometimes things get in the way, you get sick, or there was a delay of some sort. And it's natural that certain things will take much longer. So having a reasonable approach to this like this is serving us much better. A second goal, I started a medical hypnotherapy course in 2023 and I got stopped because it was hard. So in 2024, I decided I'm doing it. I have to finish this. And I told myself I'm giving myself 7 days to focus on just studies. It was long, so I had to set another 7 day period of time of intentional focus. And I went through all of those materials within that time. Why did I do it? It was a goal that I reached completely. So what was the secret? The secret was giving myself constraint of time focus, and attention. It was my one goal for 7 days, and then I extended it for another 7 days. Of course, I had other things to do during that period of time. So whenever I saw a space on my calendar, I filled it with a couple of hours, study here, study here. So I noticed that that 7 day structure works perfectly for me because I know that I'm going to reach certain things by 7 day. I will have that dopamine from that success, and then I can move on to the next thing. Now, were there any challenges? Yes, they were. I could see clearly because I was so focused on one thing. I noticed that my brain sent me invitation to other things. Oh, look at this shiny object here. You like this stuff. You should get this book. You should jump into watching this video and so on. No, no, because I have this limited time to study. No, thank you. This has been happening for some time, but every single time I knew that my one goal for this week is to go through the materials of this course. Another goal number 3, I wanted to write a book, a workbook on self-love to help us with self-care, self-respect across different experiences in our daily life. I haven't done it. And it's okay because every week I'm learning something and I'm adding to this workbook. This year I'm going to finish this. But what happened also is that because I was encouraged by the success of setting 7 day challenges for myself, not only when I studied the medical hypnotherapy, but also with how I eat. When I let go of sugar, I also like to create 7 day challenges. So I was encouraged by this, and I created out of pure necessity this self-coaching journal with a framework for 22 weeks. And every week has 6 pages. So, I studied at the life coach school and always focused on the mindset. But I also added other things to this framework. If you decide to get this journal, it will be most useful for you if you were in self-coaching scholars or in the life coach school. There is a number error in every week. I have to correct it. It will be corrected by the end of January, but it's still usable. For now, in Amazon, it still has the error. Small thing, but why did I publish this? Because I needed this for myself. I'm using it every week and it creates for me this sort of structure. I also was a person that if you ask me in the past, focus on one thing, I would be totally confused. What do you mean one thing? What do I do with the other things? What do you actually mean one thing? Now I know what it means to focus on one thing. It's not that I'm focusing on one thing in my life, one thing for the whole year, because I think I would die. I know how to focus on one thing in a period of time of 7 days. This is the main focus, and everything else is in the background. It creates that internal sense of peace, calm, and order. And the last goal that I am very happy with is the exercise program that I'm doing, and I have 100% success rate. That means I set it up in a way that my 100% success is to exercise 5 times a week. So what about the rest of the year? Did I exercise? Yes, of course I did, but I didn't have a structure. Several times I was starting on my own, finding some things on YouTube. I didn't feel like there was a structure to it. With this, I can feel a sense of accomplishment with it, and I'm happy with the results. So I wonder if you did this exercise for yourself, what were your conclusions? What did you learn from the goals that you didn't reach, from those that you reached partially, which I believe they are also successes, and those that you reached completely? I'm curious to hear it. Please comment below this video if you want to share. And if you like this video, please click the like. I know that this exercise helped me to feel more energetic about my goals for this year. And no, I don't have any spectacular goals. I simply approach it this way: do what needs to be done. So I'm very happy that this January I did not dismiss my last year's goal. And I'm grateful that I took the time to look at what made them happen and what didn't. If you like this video, please click the like, and thank you for being here. Thank you for watching.